If you are new to me, you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Jennifer Genti. I help midlife, high achieving women who feels like their bodies are breaking down. I help them restore energy, hormones, metabolism, resilience so they can feel clear, powerful, and in control again. So that's what I've been doing for the past 11 years. I am a holistic functional medicine doctor, but the women that I'm serving now are the ones that are actually the caregivers, the people that are actually taking care of everybody else but themselves. And I resonate with this because I used to be me. I used to be all about my patients, all about my family, and then I used to put myself last at the bottom of the list. When I realized that I come first, I have to prioritize myself first. I have to take care of my body, my vessel, to be present, to fully serve the people I was called to serve. Everything changed for me. And yes, at the beginning of this journey, I used to feel very, how would I say, like fearful. I used to feel shameless. I used to feel guilty because I'm like, oh, I'm waking up in the morning and doing my morning routine and I'm meditating, I'm reading my book and I'm drinking my matcha. But my children need me. The patients need me. My significant person need me. Everybody needs me. Here I am doing, taking care of myself. So I am gonna tell you, if this is you are in your midlife, I serve people 35 years and older, and you have been told that the symptoms you're experiencing are due to hormones, aging. Oh, whenever somebody says something about aging, I just wanna die. I'm like, age is just a number. I'm gonna post it on this week. My oldest patient that I'm treating now, she's in her 90s and she's feeling amazing. She's very health conscious, holistic minded, and she's coming her. I treated her family, so her daughter brought her to me because she was diagnosed with autoimmune condition. She was tired all of the time. She wasn't able to do things for herself, and she lives independently in her home. She came last week looking so amazing with her sunglasses on. So I'm sharing this to share with you. As I've been on this journey for 11 years, I'm learning a lot about my patients. That is one thing my patients will tell you. I'm always communicating with them. I'm always asking them questions. We have an open door policy, meaning that they have access to me. They don't have to pay money whenever they see me. They can just send a message. Whenever they need to see me, they can send a message. That kind of gives me some insight, market research, some people might say, to see how I can better serve them. So today, I'm going to tell you guys my realization, how I am answering the call. And when I was planning to do this live, and also I'm recording this on YouTube and I'm going to put it in the podcast. By the way, social media only keep these info videos for only 30 days, specifically on Facebook, 30 days. And my goal this year is to produce a lot of content, meaning that I'm gonna be educating you. I'm gonna be giving you up behind the scenes. I'm gonna share my patient results. I'm also gonna put these things on YouTube because YouTube is the platform that I'm able to have control over. So if you're looking for education, not fluff, not something you can Google, not something you can get from AI, okay? You need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this, you should see the link somewhere in the bio. And also have a podcast called the Root Cause Podcast. So if you are driving, you are cleaning, you're doing things like you want to listen to a podcast, like I'm a podcast girl. So just put the podcast in the back as you are doing your chores or driving, whatever, to listen so you can get the information that you need. Another thing I'm going to say too, in 2026, you need to spend at least 30 minutes a week, if not more, to educate yourself on your specific disease, illnesses, symptoms. Okay? And I've been talking to a lot of people about this, and that includes me as the doctor. Do not transfer your power, your control to your doctor. Let me repeat myself. Do not transfer your power, your control to your doctor. Be in partnership with your doctor. Allow your doctor to enter this journey with you and help you on this journey, giving you the strategies. But in order for you to do that, you have to learn. You have to learn a little bit about what is going on with you, what is going on with your body, your vessel, what is going on with your disease. Even if you're taking medication, Google the medication. What are the side effects of the medication? Because when you start experiencing side effects and you go to your doctor, they're gonna tell you, oh no, that couldn't be. It's not in the literature. That wasn't researched yet. But guess what? There are so many side effects that are presented in people's bodies that are not part of the literature, okay, that the pharmaceutical companies, reps, or doctors might not know of. Your body more than anything else. Okay, so this is a big update. And again, I'm filming this, that's why I'm looking straight because I'm gonna share this with my patient. I love sharing what is happening so that people can decide if they wanna continue this journey with me, because people come in your life for different reasons and people leave you for different reasons. I am answering the call. What is the call? I've been helping patients now for 11 years. As have I said many times, this functional medicine thing happens to me by accident. Nothing happens by accident, right? It's destiny. It is, I was chosen for this work, but when I was looking at it back then, I'm like, this is accident. I never, to be honest with you, saw this in my future, to own a clinic, to have people raving how well they're doing, to have people give you money and see results, to have great reputations, to have recognized as top three in the States for holistic medicine. It's just, I never envisioned this. My goal when I went into medicine is to really work for someone, is to go to school, learn all the things, have the highest degree. There's nothing higher than my degree, okay? I had the highest degree, and then I went to school and and I took all the certificates. I was like a certificate, whatever, okay? I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to intubate. Let me take a certificate in this one. I need to learn how to suture. Let me go. Like, emergency room was my thing. Urgent care was my thing. I love to see people stabilized. I did all of that because my goal was to work for someone until I turn 65 and retire, save my money, okay? And that's not what happened. That's not what that did not happen. Now I do work for people. I work for my patients. They are my bosses. I tell them my goal is to use my expertise, my genius, my brain, my zone of genius, my power to help them get results, to give them strategies to help them feel better, which has been a beautiful journey. Now, one thing that I realized from very on, and I try to dismiss this, and this is what Answering the Call is about. This is what this whole thing is about, and I'm sharing with you. I realize taking the pill, taking a tablet, you only get a few, the absorption rate is decreased. You only get maybe 5-10% of the pill. Back then. And I also realized when patients used to come to the emergency room in urgent care, we would give them IV, whether it's hydration, high blood pressure medication to IV, or steroids to IV, they would start feeling better quicker and faster. And I never really pay attention. I'm like, oh, it's just whatever. It's just something we do in the ER, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then you guys hear the story about my dad, my own stories, me going to an urgent care and discovering high dose vitamin C and started my IV therapy journey since 2011. So I've been doing this for years. And I realized this route of serving people, giving them the thing straight to the veins, straight to the cells, bypassing the GI tract, it's powerful. But I was so fearful. I was such of a scarcity mindset because IV therapy is not something that people see as a necessity, but it is. People will go to the spa, they go to the lounge, they get a Myers cocktail, they get a drip, they get a beauty, whatever, and they call it IV. When me, in our clinic, Wellness Corner NJ, here we use medical IV therapies that are outcome-based, symptoms relief-based to help our patients. The minute I opened my clinic here since 2018, I've been using medical IV therapy, completely different than all other clinics that I know of. And my patients get results, specifically with energy, with fatigue. People will come to me exhausted, tired, and they are able to receive my strategies and they follow through with what I'm recommending, they get energy in less than 2 weeks. Do you know how much you can do if you were to have energy? Do you know how better you can feel if you were to have energy? Do you know how much you can accomplish? How much brain space, brain power, cognitive function, how much less burned out, how much capacity you can create for yourself on your journey for your business if you have more energy as a mom, as a spouse, as an employee, how much you can actually produce when you have energy. So that's the first thing people report is increased energy. Again, I've always have a desire to turn my clinic into a restorative clinic, into a medical IV therapy clinic. But again, when you look at around, you're like, oh, the drip down the clinic down the street is selling a Myers cocktail for $99. And patient will call and price shop, right? Oh, your IVs for high dose vitamin C is $294, but I can get it down there for $199. So I always have this fear, the scarcity mindset of not promoting the IVs the way I should, knowing that this is the fastest way of you feeling better is through IVs. As I'm going on this journey and I'm looking at what is happening, yes, I help people with gut, I help people with hormones, I help people lose weight. It's like your whole body. In functional medicine, we address every symptoms as one. You don't come to me for your brain only. You don't come to me for your gut only because everything is connected. Every single parts of your body is connected, right? It's like a car. You take the car to the mechanic. The mechanic is gonna do a tune-up. He's gonna check all the filters, the spark plugs, the tires. He's not gonna just check one spark plug and then send you to the tire person to check the tires and then send you to the transmission person. You know what I mean? It's like we don't do that. So we deal and treat the whole body. So as I'm watching, I'm seeing how medicine is transformed, how people are actually getting sick, saying sick, and people don't know this exists. Or they might know of it, but it's like, oh, it's a luxury, it's too expensive, it's for the rich and the famous. Yes, the NFL players do a lot of IVs. Yeah, they do. Like rich people do a lot of IVs because they don't have the luxury of being sick and staying sick. Like me, I do a lot of IVs. I don't take pills. Like I don't get sick. I do a lot of high dose vitamin C. I do a lot of IVs. Whenever I feel something coming down, I'm like, oh, nope. My body's telling me it's time to really practice self-care and self-love. Let me do IVs. My mother suffers with neck problems. She used to work as a nursing assistant in New York, and she damaged her rotator cuff here, shoulder. And when she does a lot at home, she will experience the pain. So guess what I do? I have a pain protocol for her. We'll do CBD IV, and then I give her herbs for pain. So there are so many tools and the resources out there that many people are not aware of, and that's why when we depend on the pill alone, you numbing the symptoms. You're numbing the symptoms. The number one factor we need to address all day and every day is cellular health. Your cells have to have everything that they need to function for you. And many of us discard and disregard and dismiss cellular health, right? Taking a pill is not addressing the cellular health. Now, this is coming from a conventional doctor. I'm not here to bash medicine. I have to keep repeating myself because I don't want people to come in here and say, hey, you're ahead of no of conventional medicine. I think God created all types of medicine for its purpose. I love conventional medicine. Don't get me wrong. I am the doctor that's gonna. Today I just spoke to a patient. I'm like, hey, let's do prednisone 20 milligram for 3 days for inflammation. I prescribe. So I am gonna give you the pill when I need to give you the pill, but the way I do it is completely different than other people. I don't give you the pill and keep you on the pill. I give you the pill to stabilize your body, and then we do natural medicine. So this patient that's calling and telling me about pain, inflammation. We're gonna do the herbs. We're gonna do CBD. We're gonna do prednisone for 3 days. 20 milligram. That's my favorite steroid. It is a steroid. Is it good for you? If you lose it, use it long term. No, it's not, because steroids decreases your immune system, weakens your bone, makes your bone brittle, and then you gain weight. water weight. So we don't like steroids like this, but if you're in pain and you're struggling, you're suffering, I'm not gonna let you suffer and wait for the herbs to work. Herbs take time. Natural medicine takes time. It's not a quick fix. So we are gonna do steroids. So 20 milligram, 3 days. And then she's doing the steroids and also we're doing the herbs. And she's doing IV. We have to do some CBD IV for inflammation and pain. For weak immune system, all the people that are struggling with Lyme's disease, COVID, post-viral syndrome, long haulers, right? Autoimmune conditions, any infections that you took antibiotics, you never really treated the infections, it's still there. So we can do intravenous therapies. You have high dose vitamin C. When I say high dose, really high dose, ozone therapy, and then chelation therapy to remove heavy metals, the vax, and also environmental toxicity. So I can do another live and talk about the different type of detox that we do. We have a cellular detox, and then we have organ detox. When people hear detox, they only hearing the organ detox. What herbs should I take? So I'm going on this journey now. I am breaking down my clinic to rebuild my clinic. And we have been doing this, pivoting silently, and we have something for everyone. So before I tell you about this new program that I created that you're going to be hearing a lot about, let me tell you, if you do not live in the state of New Jersey, even if you don't live in the state of New Jersey, is it worth for you to drive and to fly in? Yes, I have a patient that drove 4 hours to come get medical IV therapies. 4 hours. That is dedication, that is commitment. I hear people like for cancer patients will go to Mexico, right? Hope for cancer because they know the treatment there is good. It's like, what are we doing? What are we willing to do? What are we willing to do to feel our best? For me, I'm willing to do anything. That was the goal. That's why I felt like I'm so successful on this journey because I am willing to do anything. Investing, as long as I know for sure I'm being supported to this investment, I'm being guided to this investment, I'm gonna see outcome, and the practitioner that I'm investing in is also going to make sure that I see improvement. Okay, she's doing her part. She's not just giving me pills and I'm on my own. That's not functional medicine. Okay, so for me and my patients, when you invest, I make sure improvement. So you're not just giving your money, your hard-earned money for no reason. You're investing into results. That's what my clinic is all about. So for those of you that are not in the state of New Jersey, and you're like, I can't participate, I can't really get your help, Dr. Jeanty, I don't live in New Jersey. We have online programs. I have the root cause intensive that I launched this year. That's part of the breakdown, where we do a one-on-one intensive deep dive session on you, like private session, one-on-one, so that I can help you not only see what's driving your symptoms, but also the tests that you should be considering and also the treatments you should be considering. So that one therapy alone is worth every penny and more. I think it's $397. So we have the links in the comments in the bio. And then I have my program, my famous program. This program is life-saving for many of my patients. That's the total body restoration. I closed all of the programs. I only kept one, this one. It's a 4-month program where I help you work on your nervous system with the nervous system regulation, work on stress, cortisol. We also works on eliminations. We works on energy, gut, immune system. We work on eliminating pathogens, parasite. We work on cleansing, detoxing the liver. It's like a whole body restoration for 4 months. And you're with me for 4 months, and I check on you every day, 120 days, Monday to Friday, 9 to 4. And you're in the program. There's many lessons. We do challenges. We do a lot in this program. It's a heavy result-based programs for those that are looking to go deeper with the healing, to feel better, to address many symptoms. And that program is 4 months. It's amazing. My patients love it. I have patients who close right now. It's not open for enrollment until in 2 months because once I have a small group, since it is a high capacity program, I use myself and my brain to help people get results. I have to make sure that every single human's in that program I know and I'm serving to the fullest. They get results. Okay. This is a result-driven program. I think that because I closed this program, because I opened this program and I closed my other programs and I've been focusing on TBR, total body restoration, for the past 2 years. That's why I've been able to be recognized by Google and Skyland at top three because patients will see results and they'll go on Google and give me a whole paragraph of how well they feel. So this program works. My number one goal in this program is for me to do all that I can in my power to meet my patients where they are so they can have great results, they can feel better, they can have a body that functions for them, they can have less inflammation, stronger immune system, like a flatter belly. I have a patient that lost 25 pounds in that program. I'm like, in 3 months, it's amazing. The other program that this is gonna be the lower cost effective program is medical IV therapy. Now, I restructured the whole IV thing completely different. Before people used to just go on the website and purchase one off, and we'll give them a discount if they purchase six or more, they get 5%. We have changed. Starting March, I'm recording this in February 2026. Starting March in 2026, I have protocols because I realized something happened last December where I let go of a team. And I'm asking the permission to be honest with you guys because I think honesty is the best policy. I'm always going to be honest. I will never sugarcoat and lie to you all coming here. So I let go of a team and I had to do the medical IVs myself. And I realized how much happier the patients were when they saw me. Because remember, when you have help, people are not seeing you like that. People used to see me when they booked the root cause intensive or TBR. Like when you're in total body restoration, you see me every day. I am your primary practitioner. I'm handling all the things, and you're saving money that way. And you have access to me Monday to Friday. And we have group, and you have private access to me, and you have a group chat. Okay. And then we do monthly lessons in TBR. We do challenges. So people have a lot of access to me. But the people that could not afford TBR, or it wasn't in the card for them, they were doing medical IVs, right? Because I'm like, we identify the root causes. You have mold, you have environmental toxicity, you have heavy metal toxicity, you have Coxsackie, you have cytomegalovirus, you have Epstein-Barr. Like you have your C-reactive proteins elevated, your D-dimers. Like we do all these inflammatory markers, and I'm looking how elevated and inflamed you are and how toxic you are. You have to do something. So if TBR, total body restoration, is not in the card for you, I was telling patients, do the medical IV start there because that's also going to support your cells. So when I did the IVs myself in January, yes, January last month, people were just so happy to see me. They're like, oh my God, we got to see the doctor? So I get to thinking, I'm like, oh, so this is what my people want. They want more accessibility to me. So I took the whole month of February and revamping the way we do medical IV. Now, what is the difference between medical IV and then I'll talk about the program that everybody can benefit from? What is the difference between medical IV and regular IV? Medical IV therapies are designed to address medical issues and symptoms. It's in the name. So, for instance, if you were to go to your IV restorative clinic that uses IV for medical purpose, medical for healing purposes, you were to go there and you say, hey, my energy is low. That IV, that intravenous infusion's is designed, it's gonna be targeted at increasing your energy. Right? So that means every nutrient in that bag, every is selected to help increase energy. If you were to come to the doctor, like I have Lyme's disease, and you've taken antibiotic, or not just Lyme disease, I have the flu, like your immune system is weak. You always get in the flu or the cold, and you have a stomach virus, whatever, right? You have a lot of viral load and you keep getting sick. Then the clinic should customize an IV, an infusion designed to address the immune system and the virus. That's what medical IV is. Like you explain your symptoms and your desires and your goals, and then the doctor, will use her tools and resources to help you address the symptoms. Now, and I tell people I am not a spa and I am not a drip lounge. And no offense to spas and drip lounge. I think again there's a place for all of the things because I'm not giving you half of this, half of that. I'm doing research and selecting powerful nutrients that are there to support your cells and for the nutrients to do the work that we needed to do. When you go to a spa, first of all, you can just go on the website and pick whatever you want in a spa, and then it's a transaction. Our IVs are there to help with the transformation. That's the difference. And then because we do medical IV infusions, we're also checking up on you. When you do a drip in my clinic, my office manager, Marilyn, will reach out to you and say, hey, how you doing? How you feel? And then we report it back to me, and then we see if we need to increase one of the nutrients, if you need more hydration. It's not just giving you the drip and that's it. We don't hear from you. You don't hear from, no, that's not how it is. Because we need to make sure whatever you're investing in, first we have to be realistic and you see an improvement. That's the difference between a medical IV therapy. Now, 4 years since I opened my clinic, I wanted to use IV therapies as the main component to help people feel better. I use it, yes, I do include it in my as a recommendations for my programs, but I never really promote it like I'm gonna be doing for the next few weeks. Because people need to have a front door protocol to get started. It makes no sense for your body to tell you it needs help. For your body to say, I'm sluggish, I'm tired, right? I'm bloated, I have headaches, I'm foggy, and for you to do nothing because of the money. So the number one complaint, or not complaints, the number one symptoms patients report in my clinic is fatigue. It is said that millions of people are experiencing chronic fatigue. Even if you have a diagnosis, right? Some patients will be like, oh yeah, I'm fatigued, but I want to deal with my autoimmune. Well, your autoimmune conditions creating the fatigue. What is the first thing we lose when we have an infection? When you have a cold, right? Energy. If you want to have a cold, your body is experiencing cold or flu or whatever, you want to lay down. You don't want to do anything. You have low energy. What is the first thing we experience when we have hormonal imbalance? Energy. All the menopause symptoms, perimenopause symptoms, menopause symptoms, burnout, high cortisol, adrenal fatigue is energy. What is the first thing you experience when you have a lot of inflammation? Energy. What is the first thing you experience when you have weak immune system? Energy. Do you see how energy is the first symptoms that many of us experience when the body is faced with a dysfunction, a disease? It's energy. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is the first improvement people report in my clinic, in my practice, whatever program they choose to do. TBR is energy, increase energy, improve energy. With medical IV therapies, it's increase energy, improve energy. That is the first thing. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, so there are two things I need to focus on. I need to focus on energy. I am the doctor that helps midlife woman who has a lot on her plate. She's struggling with a lot of things, kids, work, career, professions, aging parents, like demands, stress, and they are tired, right? They are tired. And because they are tired, they do not focus on themselves. They push through. They use B vitamins. They use like O supplements, and maybe they take it's the thyroids, right? Even if it's a thyroid, because thyroid conversion needs healthy cells for it to take place. And you'd get on the thyroid medication, or it's inflammation, you get on whatever inflammation medications, or we put your immune system to sleep with the immunosuppressants, right? Because autoimmune, it's like the coffee. People live in I used to live in coffee. Coffee is not really serving any of us. Now, if you drink coffee because it's a habit, go at it. But if you're drinking coffee for energy, you have a bigger problem. Because that coffee you're drinking is moldy. And I see people crashing at 2, 3 p.m. They want to go to bed. And I also see people having anxiety when they drink the coffee. That used to be me. I don't drink coffee anymore. I do matcha and green tea. And I do my protein shake with beets powder. I get my energy. And I also see, and my patients will comment on that too. So they said, Dr. J, you have so much energy. Like I wake up at 5 a.m. and have so much energy. I go home and my daughter is very active. She's 4.5. That girl, she's not letting you rest at all. And I have energy. And I am 45. 45. So when people come to me, they're like, oh, it's aging. I'm like, please don't say that. It's whatever. It is a lie. No, it's not. Because if you normalize chronic fatigue, you normalize tiredness and sluggishness, guess what? You'll never find a solution. You're always gonna use that as a purse. And you're gonna be just like all the other people that are just making this normal. No, it's not. Because if it was aging, then all the 35-year-olds should have fatigue. All the 45-year-olds should have fatigue. Like everybody at the age should all have fatigue because that's normal, right? Normal means everybody's experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing today now. That's what normal means. If I'm 44, 45, and I go to the gym every day, I'm building muscle. No menopause symptoms here. No, thank you. I would not wish that on anybody. And I'm still have an active life. My brain is on for my patients. I give my patients the best strategies all day, every day. And I'm 45 and I have energy. So how is that aging? How is that hormonal imbalance? Am I so lucky? Am I so unique to be like, oh, it's me? Like, I'm so lucky. God chose me to have energy against all everybody else. No, it's not. I have energy because I work on my mitochondria. I make sure I take care of my cells. And one thing I'm going to tell you for all of you that are like, oh no, medical IV therapies are too expensive. Let me take a pill. No, if you have gut issues, you are not doing your body any service by taking a pill. Specifically if you're bloating. That pill is just sitting there, you adding more than helping. And when you take a pill, that's why sometimes when you look at the multivitamins bottles, they want you to take four pills, 6 pills to get the dosage because they know one ain't gonna work. One is not gonna work. Even with the 4, 6, you're still getting 15, 20% of that pill. You might be spending $30 on a multivitamin, and then for years and months and weeks, you feel nothing. And that energy is increasing, you have more inflammation, and then boom, you have a diagnosis. So for the whole month of February, I've been working on this powerful program. We have an 8-week energy restorative intensive. That's the program I'm going to share with you. And this program, the goal of this program, this 8-week energy restorative intensive, is a structured, medically guided medical IV protocol designed to help midlife, high functioning women experiencing energy. For all the people that are experiencing decline in energy, this is for them. This program is not a one-time drip and it's not a spa. Again, that's a difference. Okay? It is a structured intervention aimed at restoring energy, steady energy, improving mental clarity, and supporting metabolic resilience before deeper dysfunction develops. That's what this program is about. It's an 8-week energy restoration intensive. Okay? And it's all medical IV therapy. So who is this for? Because I'm sure many of you guys watching this are like, oh, that's not for me. I have no energy. So I had a patient of mine who came to me and she swears she has no fatigue. She's going to have energy, I have energy. But guess what? You know what she called energy? Anxiety is what she called energy. I'm like, if you have so much energy, why do you feel so anxious? Why do you feel like you have to move and do all the things? It's like it's the energy. And I'm like, no, that's anxiety. That's your nervous system. Your nervous system is into sympathetic state. What you call energy is anxiety, nervous system dysregulation, where you got to do all of the things. But you're doing all of the things and you're increasing more stress or cortisol was through the roof. I'm like, no. So even if you have energy, could you get more cellular energy? Because this program is for cellular energy, it's for the cells to regain energy at the cellular level. Remember, we talk about cellular health, that we do not address. Everything is cellular health. We need the cells to work and function to us, work and function for us, so we can function for ourselves and all the people. So this program is designed for, again, midlife women. That's who I serve now, because that's who I am. That's why 100% understands. But you have to feel persistently fatigued or tired or sluggish. You have to experience afternoon crashes or live on coffee, the brain fog or reduced focus. Like you can't focus, it's hard for you to focus. Feel wired but tired. It's like at night, it's time for you to go to bed, but you feel so wired and you're tired. Your brain is on, but you're like exhausted, right? Wired but tired. You have to notice slow recovery from stress. Some people can recover fast, some people it takes longer for them to recover. Have normal labs, but don't feel normal. Even abnormal labs, really. But I see a lot of people coming to me, everything is normal. The lab cup is normal. Maybe they have a little bit of high cholesterol there, maybe a little glucose, but normal labs. The cholesterol, the high cholesterol is not it's not the only thing. Again, if you rely on coffee, stimulants, pre-workout drinks, if you feel like your body's slipping away, you feel like my body's breaking down, I'm not as strong as I used to be, I'm not as sharp as I used to be, my focus is lacking, right? This program is for you. Anytime you feel like you have decreased performance, it's like you're not functioning like you used to. I don't know about you guys, but I want my body to function. Yes, I am 45, but I do not. It's just age is just a number. I'm not gonna function like a 45. I want to lift heavy at the gym. I want to have energy after my work hours. I want to run after my daughter. I want my brain to be on for my patients, for myself, right? So the program is for these people. It's people like yourself who desires more, but because of energy, lack of energy and fatigue, you're not performing at your best. You're giving less and less. You're not meeting the demands. You're not going after your dreams, your purpose, right? Do you know those people? That used to be me. When I was working in a hospital, in an emergency room, I just wake up and go drink the coffee. I'm just gonna show up how many patients I'm gonna see today, and then I go home. I had nothing left over for me to dream, to explore. Until I started on my journey, when I started addressing my fibromyalgia, my scoliosis, my back was hurting, my gut issues, my chronic fatigue. I was like, wow, there's a whole new world here. And I can feel, I can see, and I'm happy. And I'm like, whoa, let's open a clinic. I'm like, oh, I should tell people all of that. Functional medicine, what is that? It's just crazy when you feel good in your body. You have the energy, the mental clarity. It's like, who are you? So, this program is not for someone who's looking for the cheapest IV. Again, it is a protocol, it's not a one-off. It's not for someone who wanting a simple hydration drip. You need more than hydration. Your problem is not only hydration. You need more than hydration, trust me. Someone's unwilling to commit to 8 years. You have to commit to do this for 8 years to see results, right? Otherwise, I don't know why we're doing this. Why would you not commit to see results? Like you want energy. So the energy decline in midlife is rarely sudden, right? It's layered of accumulation. It's layered accumulation. So we don't just wake up tomorrow and have lack of energy. It doesn't work that way. It includes the chronic stress that we face on a daily basis, the low-grade inflammation that I just mentioned, nervous system dysregulations, mitochondria inefficiency. Remember, mitochondria is the powerhouse of energy for the cells, ATP, nutrient depletion. Some of us have energy because we eat trash, right? We don't eat well. So we're not giving ourselves the macro and the micros, or maybe you have malabsorption. your gut is inflamed, you have gut infections. So you can eat the best diet, you can have the best meal plan, you can hire the best nutritionist, blah, 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 but you're not absorbing. And also reduce metabolic resilience, right? One thing I'm gonna say, because again, I understand we live in a insurance-minded world, and sometimes we look at medical IV therapy as a luxury, a must to have, not a necessity, and we tend to use random supplementation, or you might do the one-time IV that does not address layered decline. A pill will not address the layered decline, the accumulation of dysfunction. This program introduced structures and progression, the 8-week program that I'm talking about. So how does it work, right? If you are to drive to the wellness, 8 weeks. Every week we're doing an energy drip. And I have the right to change it. We can go from the Energizer to Niagen. So it depends on your progress. So 1 drip per week. Now, if you have really a lot of inflammation, like autoimmune patients, we might increase it to 2 per week because we need you to have energy tomorrow, like right now. But one thing I'm also doing an initial 15-minute energy assessment. So that's the piece I was talking about. So you get to schedule a 15 minutes with me. 15 minutes, you complete it off and take for me 1 page so I can have information because this is a medical protocol. And as a medical doctor, my job is to practice with safety. So you're not going to come to the clinic and just get the drip and then you're done. We schedule an initial 15 minutes energy assessment. You get your age-structured IV sessions. I'm also including 3 MIC-B12 injections. MIC-B12 happens to be the most effective, the most loved injections by all my patients. People see the difference within 2 to 3. So we're doing the energy IV and we're doing the MIC-B12. That's so much for the mitochondria, for your cells. And then we're going to do week 4 progress check. So after a month or after 4 energy medical IV, we do progress check. Because again, this is a result-driven protocol. It's outcome-driven protocol. You do not come to the clinic and just do IVs and that's it. I want to know how you're doing, how you're progressing. Are you seeing the energy? And then after that, when the 8th week is done, people want to know about maintenance. So we talk about maintenance or deeper work. If you have other things that are happening, you can schedule root cause intensive. If TBR speaks to you, you can elevate into TBR. But another thing we're doing, I'm also opening a membership for those that are like, oh, I want to continue on this. I felt energy, but I know there's more I can experience. So there's a membership where you pay a very low cost fee every month. And you get, depending on the tier of the membership, you get so many IVs. Okay? So that's what the 8-week protocol is. There's so much in there. It is result driven. You will have energy, you will experience energy, and you will feel better. And you also have access to me. We're creating a whole section in practice better HIPAA compliance. So for you to communicate with me, communicate with our team to really make sure we have that energy, right? So that's the 8 weeks. So what this makes a difference because it is not an hydration therapy. It is a structured restoration. So hydration model, symptoms relief. Restoration model, system rebuilding. Now, when my patients are joined to do body restoration, they are so depleted. We do hydration and we also do MIC-B12, but we also doing other things for energy too. So we never do hydration alone and expect to have energy. It's not going to work. I'm going to be very honest with you. It's not going to work, right? So if you're going to do hydration, make sure you have a hydration protocol. What else are you doing? So in this 8-week energy restoration program, we focus on supporting your metabolic energy production, reducing inflammation load, yes, improving stress resilience, because the MIC-B12, methionine and acetylcholine is really good for the liver And there's also B6, which is good for the brain, and B12. It's not just B12. I'm not giving you B12 because patients will be like, if it's B12, I can just purchase B12. No, you're getting 7 ingredients in that little syringe. And I think my MIC B12, it took me a while to find this MIC B12. There are so many MIC B12 out there, but they are with cyanocobalamin, which is not good for your body, and they don't have enough ingredients in it. So it really depends where you go and what's in the syringe. That's why you need to work with a practitioner that actually cares about getting you results. Because if you work with someone that's all about the business, the money, it's just going to be revolving door. It's a transaction. You come in, do the thing. Okay, maybe you do, maybe not. But if you work with someone that actually cares about you getting results, that actually cares, it's different. So that person, someone like myself, I actually pay attention to what I'm giving people, what I'm putting in people's bodies, what I'm recommending, because I actually care. So this program focuses on supporting metabolic energy restoration, production, restoration, reducing inflammation load, improving stress resilience, delivering nutrients efficiently straight to the cells, creating steady, not skipped energy. We're going to create steady energy, not skip energy. So what should you expect? Right? Because that's another question people say. What should I expect, Dr. Jeanty? Steady energy, steady daily energy, reduced afternoon crashes if you're one of those people that just have to have multiple cups of coffee, right? Like we don't want that. Clearer thinking, your brain. We need that. Remember, when you lose your brain, you lose your brain. Improve mood stability, better stress tolerance. You're just showing up for life, right? Instead of just life showing up for you. Reduce resilience and reliance. And so reduce reliance on coffee. You're going to build resilience, reduce reliance on coffee. And this is not a cure-all, although it might sound like it, but it's not. I'm just going to be honest with you. It is structured interruptions of decline. This is a foundational protocol. You start with energy, and then you can have the brain power, the space, the energy to see what else you need to work on, where your focus should be. But when we wake up tired and sluggish and foggy, exhausted, we just want to go through the day. Because I just want to go through the day. I don't know what's happening. I just want to make it and then go to bed. So when Friday comes, we're all happy because, oh, I don't have work tomorrow. That used to be me, and that used to be terrible. If I say I love what I do, why am I looking for Friday? And when Monday comes, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to work. If this is my passion, my calling, I was made for this, I shouldn't really. How much is this? Energy restoration protocol. Because again, I'm going to discuss all of the things. Since it is a new protocol, now the energy piece is not new. We've been working on energy for 11 years, but putting it together with the initial assessment, the week 4 progress, all the things that we do. So it's a protocol that we created for those that are looking to have more energy and have a body that functions for them without relying on coffee and stimulants, caffeine. So there's a funding rate. It's 2,600 for the 2 months, and we have payment plans. After this first cohort, it's gonna increase to 3,000. Because remember, you have access to the doctor. I'm assessing you, giving you tips and trips. So it's just not like here's the IV, that's it. No. So if you are interested, and you should be, because there's no amount of money that I will not spend on myself for energy. I'm telling you that right now. Because my energy is my everything. I don't have energy, I don't have health, I don't have life. So I am gonna spend money on my energy. My energy helps me make more money. It helps me build a bigger practice. Helps my patients fall in love with the work that we're doing here because of my energy. If I'm showing up tired and exhausted, I'm not gonna go after my goals. I'm not gonna make sure that people are seeing getting results because I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm foggy. I just want to drink the coffee. I just want to show up, and I can't wait for night to come so I can go to bed. So there's a deposit of 190 for this protocol. You deposit 190. We start with the initial assessment. When we do the initial assessment, this is also going to tell me your dosage too. So I am going to customize this energy thing for you too. So its initial assessment can be done online. You don't have to come in. So done online, 190 initial assessment. You complete the form, you give me some information, and I'm like, okay. So if you wake up with energy and nothing is working, then you need a higher dosage than someone that has energy and then the energy drops. If you wake up with energy and you have to drink coffee, right? And you want to get off coffee, you want to drink less coffee, then we have to look at the different dosage in the bags. So the initial assessment helps me know who we are dealing with, what your specific lack of energy or chronic fatigue, and also how to tailor this program for you. Now, if you have never done IVs, this is perfect for you. You're like, I never done IVs, and I heard about IVs, and how much can I take a pill because it's cheaper? This is perfect for you. I want you to see the difference between doing intravenous and then taking a pill. How faster and quicker you're gonna feel better versus taking a pill. If you're current patients or you used to do IVs and you pause, this is for you. Because I'm hearing so many patients that were under my care, finished successfully, completed the program, and then they go back to old habits. So this is another way for you to be under my care and then me supporting you, but also catering to your cells, the inflammation, the immune system, all of that. So this is one of many protocols. I am, after the energy restoration intensive is closed, we are going to open another protocol strictly for autoimmune and cancer, which is high dose vitamin C ozone therapy. So that's coming. So we're using medical IV therapy as a primary way to help people. But one thing you're going to see as we start promoting this more and more, you're going to see behind the scenes. Okay, if you specifically in our social media, you're going to see education. I'm going to be educating you why midlife women suffers with energy, why high achieving people suffers with energy, and why conventional medicine is not addressing energy properly. So I'm going to give you some stats, some value. So that's how we're going to promote this. You're not going to see me say, hey, this is a bag and this and that. If we are going to promote the bags, we're going to educate you because I want you to understand all the nutrients that I selected for energy to eliminate your chronic fatigue, handpicked on purpose, with intention. Okay? Yes, you can go over there and get a Myers cocktail and get B12, but that B12 is different than my B12. Not all supplements are created equal. No. How many multivitamins are on the market? Are they all equal? No. Some of them have binders and fillers and trash, and you might find one that has a higher grade that's $65 or $85, and you have to look at the dosage. So it's not because we're using medical IV therapy as a front door to help more people feel better quicker and faster. Doesn't mean like our IVs are compatible with the ones that are low cost. I guarantee you it's not. It is not. Even if you are sober, look at all the values, all the things that you're getting as well, because you're getting more than just IVs. You're getting care, you're getting accessibility, you're getting an assessment, you're getting progress evaluation. Like you're getting a whole team that's actually care and dedicated in your restoring energy. Okay? So I'm breaking down my practice to rebuild it. Breaking it down, I eliminated a lot of programs. I kept one healing container to the body restoration. I restructure my consultations. I make it simpler. That's the root cause intensive. And I'm using medical IV therapies, outcome-based IV therapies, symptoms relief IV therapies as the primary recommendations for those that are able to drive to a clinic. Now, does that mean because you're not in New Jersey, you cannot get my care? No, we can actually help you By the root cause intensive is one. You need to know what is happening to your body, why you have those symptoms. You schedule that, and then we talk about the steps, the path that you should take. Total body restoration is a program that anybody can do anywhere in the States. And I have patients in Georgia, I have patients in Florida, and I have patients in Salt Lake City, Utah. I have patients in Maryland, and I have patients in Virginia. I have patients in New York, and they are doing total body restoration. We ship the products to you, but the way I structure total body restoration for you to have energy is different when doing IV. Even with the people that are not in New Jersey, if they have a medical IV therapy clinic or restorative clinic near them, what I always recommend them to do some IVs, right? Because it is the future of medicine. Even now, I'm noticing with cancer patients, many of these chemotherapy medications are intravenous now. Yeah, the IVs. I was like, wow, we went from pill, heavy on pills for cancer to migrating over to infusion because when your cells receive all the nutrients in the bag, they feel better. When your cells sees that you actually giving it some love, some TLC, not only they feel better, but your gut feels better because you're not putting things in your gut. You're not putting your gut to work every hour, every second, every minute. Right? Like your gut is, oh, thank you, relief. I don't have to go to work today from digestion, absorption, elimination. Your liver is like, oh, thank you. I don't have, she's not eating all this food with all these preservatives and glyphosate and pesticides. And so there's a method to this madness. And I'm telling you, if you have not considered medical IV therapy, you have not considered healing your body at its core. And yes, I am biased because I have a clinic, right? I do IVs, but I've been doing medical IV therapies for years. And I will continue to do. That is one piece of my practice. I can eliminate other things, but this is not what I'm going to eliminate because I see people feel better, quicker and faster in 2 weeks. Somebody will come here like exhausted. And we give him IV to be like, oh my God, I felt the difference, Dr. J. I have a little bit of energy. I was able to get up and go for a walk. I was able to get up and play with my kids. I went to the gym today. Like, it's crazy the results these people are reporting. So why not continue doing what's giving them results? You know what I mean? It's like, it makes no sense. I'm going to continue doing what's actually helping people. That's the whole purpose of going on this journey, becoming a practitioner, is to help people. So if you are interested in the 8-week energy restoration intensive, you're watching this on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you're listening to this on the podcast, you see the links in the bio. You can go on the website and inquire. It's just, I don't know. Like I don't know. I would literally drive and get this. Like I would literally drive and get this because again, it's just the intention behind it and the thoughts that we're putting behind it. It's just so amazing. So that's what's happening with the practice. We haven't changed the way we care for people. We structure using a different method. I always have medical IV therapy. I always do. I always had a consultation. I always had a program. Now, the way we are structuring things, we're keeping things simple. I have 3 things. That's it. 3 things. 3 ways I can help you. 3 things. Not only helps give us space and energy for us to really focus on the patients, making sure they get results, but it also helps the patients see how they are progressing, the improvement they are making, and communicate that with us. So I wanted to share with you. If you guys want me to do more Facebook Live, Instagram Live in the morning, let me know. My brain is at its best in the morning. And then I use it. I'm going to use my brain all day today for all the patients. So if you like this, yeah, I'm not sure that you do Facebook. I want you to put a comment below or Instagram at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Put a comment below and let me know so I can come back and talk about the different types of energy. I can talk about why midlife women are not normalizing energy, what happens when you lose energy, because I want you to understand how this is the foundation for health is energy. You guys don't think so? It is. It is the foundation for health, right? So you can either Put in the comment section below, say yes, do more at this time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You can email in at info@drjjeanty.com. You see the links in the section below or in the bio, depending on where you're watching this. You can communicate with us. Let us know what is it that you're looking for. And my job is to create more content to educate you so you can see all the options you have available. Because I don't want you to put all your eggs in one basket. Okay? I want you to really diversify the way you help you heal your body. All right, so if you're interested, reach out. I would love to see you in this 8-week energy restoration intensive protocol program. And I can't wait for you to feel so much energy. Like it's wow, I've been missing out on life. I love you all and see you on the next video.